Beloved Masters of Light, radiant ones who have chosen to walk upon the earth in these times of profound transformation, I greet you with the eternal flame of truth that burns in the heart of the Creator. In this sacred now, I come to speak with you about the golden pathway of higher service, for many of you have reached a threshold in your journey where the call of your soul cannot be ignored. You have been walking through cycles of cleansing, healing, remembering, and reclaiming your sovereignty, and now the pathway before you opens into a new dimension of purpose. This is not the path of ordinary service, nor is it the service of obligation or sacrifice that humanity has known in the past. This is the pathway of radiance, of co-creation with Source, of offering the fullness of your light for the upliftment of all, while at the same time receiving the nourishment of heaven in return. It is golden because it is the frequency of divine wisdom, eternal love, and illumined truth woven together into the pure vibration of higher purpose. Beloved ones, the notion of service has been misunderstood by humanity for millennia. Many of you carry the memories of lifetimes where you served with devotion but were exploited, where you gave endlessly and were left depleted, where you believed service meant denial of self or suffering for the sake of others. These old imprints belong to an era where fear distorted the pure flow of divine love, and they no longer serve you. Higher service is not about martyrdom, nor about sacrificing your joy to earn divine favor. The Creator has never asked for your suffering. The Creator asks only that you allow your soul to shine, that you embody the love that you are, and that you share your unique essence as a blessing to the whole. The golden pathway is not a burden, it is liberation. It is the recognition that true service arises naturally from the overflow of your light, and in serving, you are simultaneously served by the infinite abundance of Source. To walk the golden pathway of higher service requires a shift in perception. Instead of asking, "What must I do to serve?" you are invited to ask, "Who am I in truth, and how can my being radiate as a gift to the world?" This is the essence of higher service, not actions born of duty, but presence born of authenticity. When you live as your soul, aligned with the divine blueprint encoded within your essence, every word you speak, every step you take, every vibration you emit becomes service. You may be teaching, creating, healing, guiding, or simply sitting in stillness, and yet the frequency of your presence uplifts all who come near. The world does not need you to become someone else, it needs you to be fully yourself, anchored in light, and willing to share the gifts you have cultivated through your long journey of evolution. Beloved ones, the golden pathway is golden because it is radiant with balance. True service cannot flow from depletion or imbalance. It requires that you are nourished, that you are in alignment, that you honor both your human vessel and your divine essence. You are asked to cultivate a life of harmony, where giving and receiving flow in equal measure, where you honor your boundaries, where you listen to the wisdom of your body, and where you rest in communion with Source. In such balance, service becomes effortless. Just as the sun shines without effort, just as a flower blossoms without obligation, you radiate your light simply by being. From this radiance, natural acts of service arise, a smile that brings hope, a word that inspires courage, a creation that uplifts the heart, a field of peace that stabilizes those around you. This is the higher way, the golden way, where service is no longer a role you play but the essence of who you are. As you step upon this pathway, beloved ones, you will find that opportunities for service unfold before you in divine orchestration. You do not need to force or to strive, you need only to remain attuned to the guidance of your soul. Synchronicities will appear. People, places, and situations will be drawn to you by the magnetism of your light. Sometimes your higher service will manifest in grand ways, touching many lives, shaping collective realities. Other times, it will be subtle, unseen, a gentle influence that ripples quietly through the field. Both are equally sacred, for on the golden pathway, no act of love is too small, and no expression of light is wasted. You are called to trust that every offering, however simple, is part of the greater tapestry of ascension unfolding on earth. The golden pathway is also a journey of mastery. To serve from the highest level requires that you transcend the ego's need for recognition, validation, or control. True service is not about proving your worth, for you are already infinitely worthy. It is not about saving others, for each soul is sovereign and guided by its own wisdom. It is not about imposing your vision, but about being a vessel through which divine will flows with grace. This requires humility, not the false humility of denial, but the radiant humility of knowing you are one with the Creator, and therefore every act of service is a co-creation with the Infinite. As you release attachment to outcomes, as you let go of the illusion that you alone carry responsibility for the world, you discover the freedom of being a clear channel for divine love. In this clarity, your service becomes more powerful, for it is unburdened by the distortions of ego and aligned purely with Source. Beloved ones, the golden pathway also brings joy. Do not think that service must be solemn or heavy. In truth, the higher your vibration, the more joy, laughter, creativity, and delight infuse your service. When you follow the golden threads of inspiration, when you allow your heart to guide you toward what excites and enlivens you, you are walking the pathway of higher service. For joy is not separate from service, joy is the signal that you are aligned with your divine purpose. In this new era, service and joy are woven together, and you are invited to release the old belief that duty must mean sacrifice. On the golden pathway, your joy is your gift, and by embodying it, you inspire others to remember their own. The earth, beloved ones, is calling for this service now. She is ascending, shifting into higher frequencies, and she requires the steady light of awakened souls to stabilize the transition. Your presence, your compassion, your creations, your prayers, all of these are golden threads woven into the great tapestry of planetary rebirth. Some of you will serve as teachers and guides, illuminating pathways for others. Some of you will serve as healers, assisting the release of old patterns and the anchoring of higher vibrations. Some of you will serve as builders, creating systems, communities, and structures that reflect the new consciousness. Some of you will serve quietly, holding the vibration of peace in your homes, your families, your daily interactions. All roles are sacred, all are needed, and all together form the symphony of higher service that uplifts the earth. I ask you now to envision yourself stepping onto this golden pathway. See it before you, radiant with light, stretching into the horizon of infinite possibility. As you step forward, feel the old burdens of false service falling away. Release the patterns of self-sacrifice, of martyrdom, of giving beyond your capacity. Release the doubts that whisper you are unworthy to serve. Release the fears that tell you your light is too small. Feel the golden light of the pathway rising up through your feet, filling your body, awakening your heart, igniting your soul. In this light, you know that you are prepared, that you are supported, that you are already serving simply by being who you are. Beloved ones, walking the golden pathway does not mean you will never face challenges. Shifting realities may still swirl around you, humanity's collective awakening may still bring turbulence, and your own growth may still require moments of surrender. But on this pathway, you will not falter, for you are guided by the light of your soul and held in the embrace of the divine. Every challenge becomes an initiation, every obstacle an opportunity to deepen your mastery, every moment an invitation to embody more light. And as you continue to walk, the pathway expands, the golden light grows brighter, and your service radiates further, touching lives you may never know, blessing the earth in ways beyond your imagination. I, Michael, stand beside you on this pathway. I hold the golden flame of divine service in my hand, and I offer it to you now. Place it in your heart, and feel it ignite your own flame of purpose. Walk with it, and let it guide your steps. Share it, and let it illuminate the world. Remember always that you are not alone, countless beings of light walk with you, countless souls on earth are awakening alongside you, and together you form the legion of light bearers who are birthing a new reality. Beloved masters, the golden pathway of higher service is not somewhere you must strive to reach, it is already beneath your feet. Every breath you take in awareness, every act you perform in love, every moment you live in alignment is a step upon it. Choose it now, embrace it fully, and allow your life to become the radiant expression of the Creator's love. This is your calling, your joy, your gift, and your destiny. And so it is.